After a week-long stay at Big Bend National Park, we drift north and a little west about 300 miles. It's not long and we're back in the flatlands of Texas where the wind can really blow. The evidence of oil production through this part of the state was astounding. North Dakota is a distant second to Texas, producing only about a third the volume of the Lone Star State. Once we reached the town of Carlsbad, it was just a short drive to White's City, where we set up camp for the next few days. It was a good location for our visits to Guadalupe Mountains and Carlsbad Caverns National Parks. Our first morning, we departed for Guadalupe Mountains National Park. It was a 35-mile drive from our campground, and you could see the Guadalupe Mountains the entire way. This park was established in 1972, has a size of 86,000 acres, annual visitors of around 200,000, and 85 miles of hiking trails. It's a very remote, rugged, and dry part of our country, an area we're excited to explore. Today finds us in far west Texas, home of the tallest peak in the state.
Welcome to Guadalupe Mountains National Park.
Turn right.
Just keep it open. Well, it's a bright sunny day. The spring of 2021, April, and we are here at the visitor center. That's the mountain back behind us. You can actually see some of the trail going up, and weather permitting, we're going to hike that. It's been so windy. Yesterday they had 75-mile-per-hour winds down here. We're camped about 30 minutes away in White City, and today we're just going to check out the visitor center and do a short hike. And later this week, we hope to climb that mountain. Well, what we've decided to do today is the McKittrick Trail. It's a long one if you go all the way to what's called the Notch. It's about 9 miles. I don't think we're going to go that far, but there's some other really pretty things along the way. There's a section called the Grotto that we want to see. So, yeah, we're going to do it. We don't want to kill ourselves today because we've got some quite a bit of walking to do these next few days between here and Carlsbad Caverns. So it's about 10 o'clock Mountain Time. No, Central Time. It's really confusing because we're just across the border from New Mexico. Where we're camped at is Mountain Time. Where we're at right now is Central Time. We're only about 30 miles away, but yeah, it gets confusing. All right, here's the details. Some people say this is one of the prettiest hikes in the state of Texas, and I would assume that's if you take it all the way, which again, I'm not sure we're going to do that.
What time is it?
It is 9:58, and this is the way the trail goes.
Okay, and then I need to just put the return time when we come back.
Okay. A cool looking tree. I don't know what that is. Anybody knows, let us know. Flies or bees or something.
So smooth.
We're gonna look look up what this tree's called. Leslie thinks it's alligator or something, just because of the way the bark looks. Very interesting, all the layers of rock on that little face right there. Making our way, we've gone 2.5 miles. All right, we're a little confused on which way to go. That's the McKittrick Ridge. This is Pratt Lodge. We're gonna go this way and pull up All Trails and look at our online map and see if this is taking us in the right direction. This is just a little side trail, takes you back to the lodge, and we're gonna take a look at it and then hop back on the McKittrick Trail. Pretty cool back in here. This is the back side of the lodge. I'll walk around to the front. There's the front of it. Wow, what a pretty setting. Beautiful. Trail's starting to get a little more technical. Is that it? No? Thought that might have been the grotto. False alarm. All right, made it to the fork. Down this way is a grotto. So we're definitely gonna go take a look at that. We made it. Stalactites and stalagmites. Wow. How unique. How unique. All right, we're gonna press forward on the McKittrick Canyon Trail. Well, we've decided we're gonna go all the way to the notch. Now the question is, will we know the notch when we see it? So we've gone 4.47 miles, and I'm thinking it's about another half mile, and we'll be there. We've got a big climb behind us. Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Well over 1,000 feet, and it got really steep here at the end. But I think this is, oh yeah, this looks like the notch. Gotta be it. Be careful up there.
Yeah. I think this is it.
Yeah.
Because the other one just keeps going to the kitty.
Yeah.
Which we're not doing.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Well, we made it to the notch. 5.45 miles we've walked since we left the parking lot. So yeah, a little longer than we thought. So by the time we get back, you know, we're going to be over 10 miles. We won't take the little offshoot trails like we did coming up when we went to the lodge and when we went to the grotto. But yeah, Took us about 2.5 hours, I think, to get here. But just, man, is it pretty.
It is. Worth the hike.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. McKittrick Canyon Trail, definitely a thumbs up. Well, we've made it back. Woo! That was a long one. 10.2 miles, and I'm tired. Are you tired?
Oh yeah. That to get to the notch, that half a mile was absolutely a killer.
Yeah, that last, really is about a mile.
Yeah.
It was tough. So we're gonna sign in, let everybody know that we made it back, and then we're gonna head back to our RV and love on our doggy. See ya. We wrap up our stay at the park with hands down its best hike. Climbing this mountain has been on our radar for some time, and today is the day. Boy, there are a lot of people here this morning getting ready to hike this. Well, good morning. We woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, made the 35-minute drive to the park again from our campground. And this place is packed, and it's still early. So this is obviously a very popular hike to do. Obviously, it's the tallest peak in the state of Texas. The elevation is 8,750 feet, and we're starting off about 3,000 feet less than that. They say 6 to 8 hours. I hope it doesn't take us 8 hours, but yeah, it shouldn't. 3,000 foot elevation gain, so this is a biggie, and we're ready to get started. They say the first mile and a half or so of this trail is the steepest, or at least one of the steepest parts, and we're 0.6 miles into the hike. We're 30 minutes into the hike, and I've already taken my coat off, and Leslie's just coming off right now. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was about 42 degrees this morning when we started our climb.
Got a steep climb.
Yeah, I've been kind of steep so far. There's our parking lot. And this is the view so far. We're getting up there. Long ways to go. Are you familiar with what a false summit is? That's thinking you've reached the peak and you haven't. Some might think that would be the peak, but it's not. We're only 1.7 miles into the hike. Well, we're 2 miles in. Been on the trail an hour and 20 minutes. We're in a shady area. You get really hot when you're out in the sun and doing a lot of climbing, but when you get in the shade and things aren't quite so steep, you start getting cold again. Not quite halfway. All right, we've made it 3 miles. It's taken us an hour and 50 minutes to this point, and we are cutting right between those two false summits that I pointed out earlier. We're on our way. 1.2 miles to go. I see a peak through there. That's quite a bit of distance still, quite a bit of elevation. I'll bet that's it. That's where we're headed. I don't know if you can read that, but it says Guadalupe Peak campsite. So you want to backpack up here and camp in this area? There's a campsite waiting for you. Onward and upward. Our destination is in clear view now. 3.44 miles so far. Well, I got us at 4 miles. It's gotten steep and rocky again as we get closer. If my watch is right, we've got 0.2 of a mile to go. Woo! Let's do it. All right, we're getting close. I assume that's where you tie up horses or mules or whatever. All right, there's the marker for the peak. We are here. Yeah! Woohoo!
We made it!
Wow. It took us 2 hours and 50 minutes to get here, and the beginning was pretty steep and the end was pretty steep, but it was a great hike. And you know, I was talking about false summits on the way up. I got a false watch. It's supposed to be 4.2 miles to get up here, 8.4 round trip. So when we were getting close to 4, I was like, we only have 0.2 of a mile to go. But according to my watch, it was 4.5. So 0.3 further than what we thought. But it's not really that windy up here, and it's been extremely windy these last few days. So it's very peaceful, nice blue skies, a little hazy, but the views are just fantastic.
I really enjoyed the hike. The first mile was the toughest for me. It was just climb, 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 and then it kind of evened out. And then probably about the last half mile, maybe mile, half mile, got really rocky where your feet aren't flat. They're kind of rolling.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a sturdy pair of shoes.
Yeah. You look down in the valley, down in the low grounds, and it's hard to believe we came that far up. Again, this peak is 8,750 feet, and the vertical climb for us to get here was 2,900 and something, so just shy of 3,000 feet. We're going to relax, take in some views.
Eat.
I'm going to eat a sandwich.
Meeting now.
And yeah, then we're going to head back. What an experience. The highest point in Texas. Guadalupe Mountain, or Guadalupe Peak, whichever.
Whichever you want to say.
Yeah. Well, we're on our way back. We spent about 40 minutes up on top, and it was a good rest. Filled our bellies a little bit, and we are headed back. Always like looking at other trails on opposite mountainsides. Pretty cool. There's a view of our trail as we make our way back. Well, we've made it back to that exposed area, the cliff. So we're going to hug this wall. You can see our trail down there, taking us back. There's our parking lot. I see our car, it's still there. How you feeling?
Sore, tired.
Yeah.
Go for some food and ice and relaxation the rest of the day.
Yeah. That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Woo! It is 1:15, so 5 hours and 45 minutes from start to finish, with about half hour to 40 minutes on top. Well, we're back in the car after our hike to Guadalupe Peak, and like we said, we're tired. We'll go ahead and do a wrap on this national park. Obviously, the highlight of the park is what we just did, the tallest peak in Texas, 8,750 feet. And I have to say, you know, there's a couple other hikes here that seem like they would be really good. The only other one we did was McKittrick Canyon, and, you know, I enjoyed that one. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. The parking lot that we're at, there's Devil's Hall, there's the one we just did, and there's another one. But but you have to pay, you know, to park here, or you have to have your America the Beautiful pass. And if you do, you have something they give you when you buy it to hang up. And because it also, there's campers here too, and they camp overnight, so you can't just park here. Even though it's a national park, you have to show this, and if you don't have one, then they have a little station that you pay. I don't know what it is, $5 or $10 for your car.
So we're going to pull out of here tomorrow, and we're going to head west off to our next destination. And if you like looking at maps, you could check it out and maybe guess where we're going next. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.